When it comes to how one presents themselves to a group and in a business environment, I'd love to know, where is a balance between being bold and assertive and being sensitive and compassionate? Dean, why don't you share with us first your philosophy on this?
Yeah, it's simple. You want both. It's all about being both at the same time. I want to be bold enough to have some personal power, and yet I want to be sensitive enough that I'm caring and responding to the people around me. So it's kind of a command and nurture balance that I'm always interested in helping people achieve.
Boldness tends to come with having a point of view, a perspective. It's really good to walk into any interaction or any meeting knowing what you think, knowing what your perspective is, and being able to put it into words. And it's a really good idea to understand that other people do have other perspectives, and you want to cultivate those perspectives. You don't want to walk into it feeling like this is the one and only way to look at this. And you don't want to look at it like, well, I have no perspective, I have no thoughts about this, tell me what to think. You want to come into every conversation valuing every perspective.
So all the cues to what's happening around you are body language that's triggered from emotion. We all should be trying to perpetually improve our emotional intelligence, which really can be as simple as I'm paying attention to the cues. And I'll notice if my boldness suddenly threatens someone, because they'll act different. They'll either rise up and kind of challenge me, or they'll look nervous. You're just trying to track what body language is telling you so that you can soften or increase without losing touch with your own personal point of view.
Yeah, there's a great balance to seek to achieve. It's a version of harmony, but it isn't necessarily everybody sees things exactly the same way. It's like bringing in everyone's perspectives and allowing them all to sit side by side, because they all have valid aspects to them.
The last thing I'd say in terms of this short moment is I try to do two things, sometimes separately, sometimes together. One is, when something's really important to me, I will get a little bit more stern. Stern, not stern like angry at someone, stern like this is important. And I'll also don a kindness and appreciative warmth. And if I'm toggling between those two modes, where I will get stern when it's serious and I will be appreciative, you pull in enough inclusion that you allow others to have those two modes as well. They can get serious about something and they can care about you. And that's a lot that you can give into a little meeting culture or a conversation to create the room for both.
And it's a great idea to use that sternness not just to defend your own perspective, but to defend other people's perspectives as well. That's an indicator to everybody in the room that you're not territorial, that you're not fighting for just your perspective. It's more like you're fighting for the highest quality of all the perspectives.